before we jump in, like we usually do, I'm gonna do something different and do the thing that terrifies me the most first. But it's because I'm doing it without them and I'm doing it without my guitar. But the reason I want to do it is because it's sort of a prayer. It's kind of gonna set the intention for the night. So it goes like this.
You can't see my reflection.
I am Alana Sweetwater. I killed your father. Prepare to die. I've sung since I was little and just kind of imitated the people that I listened to, and then things really got rolling when I was 12 and I got my first guitar and I learned some chords, but I could never really figure out how to play anyone else's songs, so I just started writing songs. And just kind of along the way I met a lot of really great musicians and I learned from them as I played with them. When I discovered the guitar, I felt like I had finally found the right vehicle to help me do what I wanted to do, which was to write songs. But then after playing it for a while, I discovered that I really loved the guitar. Reached for music the way people would reach for God, I guess. To me, music has been like church or communing. Whatever I'm feeling, it always evolves it to a higher level. And so I guess that's why I've said that music has saved my life. Whenever there was something happening that felt bigger than me or more than I could bear or knew how to cope with, I was able to filter it through my music, and I was able to express myself through my music, and I found that to be really healing for me. And I am very clear that irregardless of if anyone ever heard me play, I would have to do it for myself because it's literally how I cope with life, I guess. Yeah, there's been plenty of things, plenty of hard things that happen, and I think it's a healthy way to deal with them. So, the question of when I was a kid, I felt much older than I was. I kind of had an ability to really listen to people and really get into their stories, and I liked listening to stories, especially from older people. I didn't really identify with people my own age for many, many years. When I was 15 is when my mom got sick, and over the next few years I learned how to be like a mother to my family and help take care of things and help, you know, man the ship. And then when she passed away, I really assumed that role, and I played a lot of music and I wrote a lot of music, and at one point I was offered a record deal, and I just didn't want I didn't want any more change in my life. I really wanted to stay close to my family, and I wanted to kind of survive this time.
Grandfather, fly me low above the burning snow. I never felt so deep inside me to feel the pain unwinding. Grandfather, fly me low above the wounded traveler.
I think that at first I was afraid of anything changing my art. And I had reason to be afraid, I think, because I had encountered a lot of people telling me that I needed to dress a certain way or act a certain way or sing the songs that they wrote for me to sing. And for me, it just wasn't about that. That's not why I was doing it. And so it's not that I'm opposed to working with a label. Having the right label and having the right team would be incredible. But I'm just very clear that I only want to work with people who feel right and who have integrity and who allow me to do me, because that's all I know how to do.
I describe the sound as a really good iPod of music. Nice mix, nice motley of, you know, there's definitely, you know, bits of hip hop in there, folk, some blues, rock and roll, all the things you'd like to listen to on a cool iPod. But it is a definite sound as it's filtered through her. So that's how I describe it.
I think it sounds like, sometimes it sounds like sitting on the porch, and sometimes it sounds like sitting in church, and sometimes it sounds like sitting in the park, and sometimes it sounds like sitting at the dinner table talking. Sounds like a lot of different things, but always a conversation and always fun.
This project special to me, and this is what I like about it, because it was it put me together with him and Dylan, and there's this really cool chemistry between what I play, the cajon, the box drum, and what he plays, the stand-up bass. And once you have funky rhythm section, then you know the rest of it is plug someone in and make it extra funky. So that's what it is. I never worry about, you know, how a song's gonna come out so much. I'm always like, it's going to be dope. I know it's going to be dope, based on the rhythm section and then what Alana does also. But I love it because I don't worry too much about the songs. I know they're going to come. There's a lot of freedom in what I do with her. You know, she's always pushing me to express myself and play just the way I want to play, and I like that. So a lot of freedom and always funky is what I like about playing in the Alana Sweetwater band.
Funky freedom.
Funky freedom.
Sound bite. Funky freedom. All right. I think my favorite part about this band is that we're all friends. You know, it's always nicer to play music with friends. It feels better, it sounds better, and you play like a friend. You know, you don't play just like a bass player or like a drummer. You play like a friend, and when the night's going good and you look over and you smile at your friend, it means more. It feels better. And when the night's going terrible and you look over and you smile at your friend, it means more too. But it's like, oh, we went through that one together. But it always it always feels better because we're friends. We hang out when we're not playing. We eat together and we go to movies together and we play music together. And so that's probably the best part, is that we're all friends.
Why is she here?
I want to answer that question.
She's here for me.
Yeah, what are you doing?
I'm going to answer that question.
When I was growing up, I listened to a lot of what my dad was listening to when he was growing up, his records and stuff. So a lot of blues in my house and a lot of classic rock, Doors and Zeppelin and Jimi Hendrix and a lot of music that a lot of people listened to in high school. That music came out when my dad was in high school, and I listened to it in high school. But funnily enough, I don't think funnily is a word, but funnily enough, those songs have been sampled into music of today. They've just been rehashed, and so like it's a connection. Like Marlon listened to a lot of hip hop. I grew up listening to the songs that Marlon listened to, sort of remixed, and so it kind of connects us too. But currently, I've kind of stepped into more of a jazz thing, which has also been sampled a lot into popular music these days, and so I feel like I'm going backwards in time, but we're still connected musically. It's still there's a line that's drawn through everything.
Can you just I just want to say hip hop and Marley Marl, and then you say where your influence, like say hip hop, you can end it there.
Grandfather, fly me low above the burning snow. I never felt so deep inside me to feel the pain unwinding. Grandfather, fly me low above the wounded traveler. Waters grow and bleed my twisted ego. Relations are here with me today.
I think that at this point now I'm sort of evening out, and I have a pretty good balance of being an old woman and a young girl. Just life. I mean, there's old souls of all ages, and I think I was one of those. Now I'm young.
Counting down 10, 9, 8, 7, getting closer and closer to heaven. The moment of truth that set me free, a million miles from where I wanna be. Steel wings, would you lift me up? I need speed, I don't.
Hip hop.